The following video by PCTC contains material for adult collectors only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey guys, Javier here from PowerCoin Toy Collectibles. As you can see here, I am walking out of my booth. So this is a booth that I was selling at the England Empire Outdoor Toy Exchange. Again, if you guys didn't know I was there, you gotta check out my Instagram. Here's some pictures that I actually put up there. So go follow my Instagram. The link for that will be down below, or you could just look it up at PowerCoin Toy Collectibles. So again, it's a new show I found. It's once a month in the Inland Empire. I believe it's in Ontario. And I was lucky enough to get a booth right before they sold out, and pretty much this is my walkthrough of the whole thing. So the first one here, as you can see, we have some pops. So again, I'm doing a voiceover because the way this works, the camera I'm using isn't really good, but I'm doing a voiceover, so I'm gonna tell you guys what I saw, what I talked about. So right here, I am actually looking for particular pops. So I was asking the vendor about it, and that's what we pretty much talked about for a bit. So they were showing me some other Naruto, so I'm looking for a Naruto pop. They're showing me some other Naruto pops figures. They did have everything, like he didn't particularly had stuff priced. There was maybe another booth that I'll show that had all the pops priced. But we were talking about Flock, so apparently I don't know much about pops. I just collect a few pops. So there's a thing called Flock. I'll probably put a picture here. So right here he was showing me the Master of the Universe Flocked figure. Pretty much the pants, like, and then this Lion King one, like the whole figure is flocked, which is like a fuzzy texture to it. I was looking it up because I found, like, I forgot what I found, something flocked, like a flocked exclusive online, and I didn't know what that was. And these are the pop guys to ask stuff like that. So I asked them when I saw that He-Man, and now that I think about it, I probably should have asked about that He-Man and probably picked it up. That would have been cool to take. All right, so moving on. This wasn't a big event. Not the biggest event, but there were a few vendors there. Oh, coming up here, this is actually an art booth. Hopefully, you can see there the artist name. Sorry about that. I'll probably put like the name of the person here. I have their business card somewhere, just not sure where. They were doing like this abstract art type of thing. They were really cool. I didn't really wanted to get my camera and just record everything. Just because I'm doing like a pass by type of thing, and his art was based, as you can see right here on the right, like a third eye type of thing. I don't know if it was his particular art or someone else. Oh, there you go. I have the guys right there. You can go back and pause that. I'm glad I did that. And then right now I just kind of skipped over a booth. I think it was like just stuff I wasn't interested. But now I think about it, I should have just gone through it to show you guys every single booth there to see what every stuff that they had there. This guy was selling brand new. Now that I think about it, Attack on Titan, $15. Oh, that was a puzzle game. I thought it was like in one of those like model kits, and I was so excited. I was looking at it, but it was a puzzle. This booth had a little bit of everything. He had this Iron Man. I didn't know what it was. It was CGC graded. It said make an offer, but I wasn't really sure on what it was. I'm sorry about doing like a quick overviews because I actually went shopping before, and then I actually wanted to just kind of do this walkthrough and then get back to my booth to help my wife because she was actually helping me out here. So right here I pick up a My Hero Academia statue. I actually did end up picking this up. It was only $10. It looks perfect now on my wall. Hopefully next time I do a video you guys will be able to see that in my background. And alright, so I did pick it up. Yeah, so I did actually do a walk right when we got there. Gotta go get that good stuff. I did a walk, look for everything that I want to. Now, this guy right here, he did actually action figures, 3D printing stuff. So right here you can see like a trash can. Let's see what else I can see right here. Oh man, I'm missing the name of this, like a trailer pickup, a mailbox, a sewer. Pretty much he was selling all these 3D printed items that you can use, for toy photography and stuff like that. He was explaining to me the concept. So I asked him like, is this stuff like what it is? And he told me it's 3D printed, and then he goes and paints it itself. Like he adds all the detail to it. He was showing me the trash can here. I'm sorry you couldn't really see up. Next time I'll try to do it a little bit more up. That way you can see the vendor when I'm talking to the vendor. And asked him if they could be recorded as well, because he was explaining to me how he has two different types of trash cans. One where he adds stuff to it, and another one where it's like a plain brand new trash can because people like tagging it up. I thought it was a really cool idea. If I had room to display my action figures and stuff like that, I actually would do this. So At the show, unfortunately, you cannot see on the top left. He had like little. I wish I would have taken a picture of it now that I think about it. Again, this is my first show that I kind of recording like this, so next time I know. He had a little, every little new type of thing that he did that you can just add on to like your display piece and maybe even do something different. For the show, he brought new stuff, but again, I didn't take a picture of it or anything. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, alright. So I did just pull out my phone and added them on Instagram. I'll probably put it right here. Right now, you guys can go follow this person. If you're in the local area or maybe they do shipping, I'm not sure. You can contact them, let them know, and see what else they have. Because unfortunately, I did not do this booth justice by recording everything that they had. But again, I'm used to recording like from the table down because when I go toy hunting at a flea market, it's always like that. But now when I go to a toy show, I know that I have to do kind of like the table up. So I mean, we're learning. This is the first one, as you can see here. This is when it comes in handy because usually when you go like flea markets, like I said, you're looking at down below in the buckets. So this is when it comes in handy. So I just need to be remember that when I'm looking at buckets, move the camera down. When I'm going back to booth, like move the camera up. Right here they had let's see, some fan art. I actually seen this style before. I don't know if this booth kind of seemed like they had a little bit of everything, because I actually seen that type of style from someone else, but I'm not gonna say that they took it from someone. It might just be the the way they're doing the art. But they had a little bit of everything here. As you can see right here, some Star Wars. Those are some old Phantom Menace. They had Pokemon cards. They had some comics. I actually went back because I saw this bucket of pops. Sometimes they have like $5 pops, and I like those $5 pops because my pops, most of them I like opening them up, and then because it doesn't make sense for me to buy $10 pops and then for me to open them, because that's what usually people that are buying them new want to pay, or $15 as well. And right here, this booth right here had a bunch of just retro vintage, I believe they're vintage now, toys, like new in cards, as you can see. I actually went in time because this booth actually kind of sold out. Like all that figures were he sold them out quick. So I'm glad I managed to go record this before he sold out a bunch of this stuff. So yeah, he had a bunch of vintage stuff. Nothing really I was looking for. He had Power Ranger toys there, but not what I wanted for my collection. As you can see, he has some video games. That whole tray, I believe he sold out. As you can see here, PCTC wearing my shirt. That's my sister-in-law. She came and found me. But as you can see right there, and it's kind of hard as right now I'm used to like recording forward and then sideways. Like I'm still new to this whole recording thing. But yeah, guys, so I'm trying to not kind of edit this and kind of keep it all so you guys can maybe see some stuff that I'm not talking about, or maybe. So right there, they had their name. This is another booth here. Oh, I just noticed their art right there. So this booth right here was actually promoting their book they did. Hopefully I recorded when he's talking to me. I tend to not be used to people. I'm not used to. So here we go. So yeah. So right here, this big purple Rufus. This big purple monster is called Rufus. It's his own creation. He created the book. He was telling me that he created it with him and his son after character I believe he came up with, and then he was just telling me that he made the book. It's on Amazon. It's like a coloring book, and then he sells small kits, coloring pages, and then he's doing like a whole model kit. That whole one on the left is like a life-size Rufus, and then right here he does more like he did 3D printed stuff. I like that Mario. It was kind of carbonized right there. That was pretty cool. Mario and Elmo carbonized, which is really cool. But yeah, his Rufus stuff, I'm glad he did that. I'm glad he was promoting it. Because I did, I did my own book, and yeah, you gotta promote him, And then right here, showing me all his 3D printed stuff, and showing like his steps, like he sells, he makes them 3D printed, and then he paints them himself. I love this huge Ninja Turtles toys; they're pretty cool. Except that I don't really collect that stuff, but someone that will collect, And then he was just showing me right here like how he did it. He 3D prints them. They were fully articulated and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it's something I wasn't really looking for at the time, but this is really something interested, and I was thinking about, like, I've never thought myself about getting into 3D printing. I tried doing like the old school mold and stuff like that, but after seeing these figures and everything, 3D printing might be something cool to look into later on, because that is something I want to, you know, eventually go into, like do my own figures and stuff. But right now, that's not where, you know, like the money isn't coming in for me to work on that. But that'll be something nice to do later on. But let's see if I can show more stuff. Hopefully, I picked this up. He had right here a Mario custom Masters Universe base figure. I thought it was really cool. He was asking, I'm not gonna say the price just in case he lowers it or increases the value, increases the price of it. But it was a custom Mario. I thought it was really cool. Figures like this, like when you get a base and then you do that stuff, it's just really interesting, and that's why it got me interested. Like, oh, I could get like a make my own base from a figure, and then he kind of, this booth kind of opened my mind to 3D printing, which I haven't really thought about into. But he made me see like, oh, like there's more to it than just like printing stuff like weapons and stuff to have a statue. And there's this booth, and he also, moving on, he had this like so the red box and the Pepsi thing, those were all paper cutouts, and then he kind of put them together to make like this, you know, 4D model. And then right here he was showing me he brought on the one on the right, it's like his own custom. Hopefully I show that part right now, but that was his own custom like creation he did from his own collection, as you can see right here. Kind of showing you like what's possible to do if you buy the stuff he's selling, and some of the stuff he's selling. So his Instagram, I believe, is David Drape. So go ahead and follow them on the Instagram if you want to see other stuff he was selling. And then also on the bottom left there, he had different 3D printed like paper stuff. The thing that I saw the most that caught my eye was this Ninja Turtles print. So pretty much, you know, in the original Ninja Turtles movie from the 90s, they had O'Neill was like drawing all the Ninja Turtles. He was telling me that he actually had the 2 on-screen used prints in there as well, and he had those 4. So it was pretty much the 4 turtle prints of the whole original Ninja Turtles, like, you know, kind of like a reprint, so you can use it. Your O'Neill can use them and carry them, but I thought it was pretty cool. They didn't really have a whole big setup, but they did have a lot of interesting stuff. Unfortunately, nothing that really caught my eye, and I've noticed that right now I messed up. I didn't really show you guys perfectly, but again, it's because I've actually been to these booths before and kind of like shopped already, and it's just kind of hard to go through everything shown on the camera if I'm not used to it. And this guy right here also had a lot of, you know, 90s stuff. He was like mostly action figures and all these, you know, WWE and stuff like that. But again, I really don't like buying stuff like that unless I really want that figure. Otherwise, I go toy hunting and hopefully find a figure. But right now, it wasn't the case. Right here, I'm actually going back to my booth because people were there, and I'll probably skip this part until I go back to shop again. So the guy next to me actually was selling clothes. Unfortunately, this channel isn't based on clothes, but there was a lot of vendors there selling clothes. As you can see, the guy on the left to this one actually was selling clothes, so I kind of skipped them. Because again, I'm kind of focusing on mostly, you know, toy stuff and stuff related to what we like, and they were selling kind of like their own brand clothes. So I noticed in this Swami they kind of did a bunch of different clothing lines. So I don't know what was going on here. Then this booth actually right here is a bunch of pops. This is actually was a store. I didn't catch the name of their store. Again, I was asking this guy if he had the pop that I was looking for and talking to him about it. But I knew that they had a store. I'm not sure. My sister-in-law and my wife talked to them, and they were telling me that they're from a store. And I'm totally forgetting the name off the top of my head. But I'm totally forgetting the name. But mostly they just had pops, and my sister-in-law actually bought something from them, and they said they were originally priced. She bought some, I think, My Hero Academia pops. So yeah, so they had a bunch of anime pops. Again, not a big pop fan. If there's a figure I want, I'll go and I'll pay to find the figure. But mostly I'm not really into pops that much. Okay, so there's actually 2 booths. Like the one I'm seeing in front of me, there's actually 2 booths to the left. Again, just clothing. And then right in front of that, there was another booth that was empty. It was being reserved, but they haven't showed up yet. And I believe it was already, this timestamp on here is wrong, and I think it was already like 9 o'clock and still haven't showed up. 9:10ish. This guy was talking to me about his brand. I was just like curious of what it was. Here's another toy booth. This guy was selling. You know what? I just saw that Masters of the Universe. Grayskull. I should have asked how much. Now that I think about it, because that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much going on. You gotta, take a few laps or take your time. Like, I was just trying to rush to get back to my booth. I was asking about that Pentagon Junior from AEW. He wanted $40 for it. It's reasonably priced because that's what they're going for, but not what I'm looking for. I'd rather go toy hunting because that's the figure I can still find right now. You know. Again, more pops. Not really interested in pops, but I'm showing it for you guys. But yeah, now that I think about it, I should have asked about that gray school. Of course, you would have wanted like extra price for it, but I haven't seen one in the wild, so I wanted to know like how much that is. If any of you guys went there and you asked about how much that gray school is, let me know in the comments down below. I'll be interested in knowing that. It might be something I'm interested in getting myself. This guy right here had a bunch of different stuff. Let me tell you. If you were looking for something, most likely you would have found it in this booth. He had a bunch of different selections, Transformers, wrestling. He even had Godzilla toys. I was so excited, but the budget for me wasn't there. Everything, again, from what I saw, was reasonably priced in this booth. He had a bunch of dinosaurs, a bunch of different animals. Like, this was your guide to go get animals. There's a dinosaur right there, you can see on the left. But this was the booth. He had some Thundercats. Everything was what I wanted was reasonably priced, just that my budget wasn't there for me to buy them, but that was a cool booth. This guy right here as well, another interesting booth. Had different stuff. I totally forgot to go back. If you're seeing this video and this was your booth, I forgot to go back to look through that weapon bin. He had a weapon bin and I totally forgot to go through it. I was waiting till the end, but at the end I just kind of packed up and left and totally forgot about it. I was driving home and I'm like, I forgot to look at that. Weapon packs, for those are perfect for kit bashing, and he had them at good prices, so I totally forgot. But yeah, right here it's kind of hard to kind of show you guys while there's people there, so you can kind of see stuff on. He had them all on the bottom, vehicles, toys, just random toy related stuff. And then right here, I actually saw this guy right here. It is a bootleg wrestling toy. If you guys know I like wrestling stuff, and this, if you saw my old video, I did actually meet this guy right here. So the person I met, Caristico, aka Sin Cara, aka the original Mystico. This is actually a Mystico bootleg toy from Mexico. So just stuff like this from Mexico, I really like to have in my collection. It was dirty though. I told this vendor, and I'm gonna tell you guys right now, it's dirty. So if you're ever vending, please clean your toys. like I'm going to a toy show. I don't want to get dirty toys, but I got this guy and I'm like, okay, I can clean it up. But if you clean up your toys, you'll get more money for it. But yeah, I can pick this guy up. Let's see, there's the Power Rangers toys right there. Yeah, I think you see like a Lego Batman, some McDonald's toys. So the next booth I want to talk about is actually, they own a VRM, Vintage Retro Modern club. So it's like a vendor group, and if you guys haven't, I'm gonna put the Instagram here. If you're local from like Riverside, Ontario, Los Angeles, go ahead and follow them, and they post like all their vendors where they're going, and pretty much you're gonna find new events and stuff like that through them. So I'm sharing this out there just in case you guys want to look for toy shows and stuff, and also follow them. They're doing an event actually. I'm gonna give them a shout out here. I'm gonna put their, I haven't gotten a flyer from them, but I'm gonna put their Instagram here. They're doing an event soon. So I'm unfortunately, I contacted them too late about it, but they're doing an event. So here's, we got some Power Rangers and Old Zeo. I actually have this one, but I don't have the piece in the bottom, so it's pretty cool. They had everything really reasonably priced. Like, I bought a bunch of stuff from them. They had a dollar bin. I bought a bunch of stuff from. Probably gonna show here. Like, they had some Power Ranger toys. There's a lot of stuff that I could have bought and definitely sold at a flea market. But again, the budget wasn't there. I took a few bucks, and that was like my budget to spend. So I had to, like, reasonably buy some stuff. I had to make sure I reasonably bought stuff. Okay. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here. I was looking through everything. Anything that looked cool, that was $1, and I could get maybe a few more bucks for. Hey, you gotta sell and you gotta resell, Yeah, there's a bunch of Pokemon stuff there. This is actually the second time I went through this booth right here. I actually went before, once I finished setting up, and I bought a bunch of stuff for them. Right here, it was a really cool looking Shredder. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm actually gonna get this toy and kit bash it. and make something cool with it, because I want to start getting into customizing toys. So I thought that was a pretty cool base, and it was only $1, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, as you can see, he had a bunch of different figures. I don't know where in the world this person gets it from, but they were all reasonably priced. Nothing like, overpriced or anything like that. So I picked up a bunch of stuff, and I think this is where I'm paying, so I'm just going to skip this part. Yeah, so the booth actually to the right of him that I showed in the beginning, I actually did buy more stuff from him as well. They mostly focus on WWE wrestling stuff, but I didn't really find anything. I'm very particular on what I collect from wrestling. I'm not just going to collect anything wrestling that has to do with wrestling. And then this right here is actually the owner of the event itself. I'll put their Instagram right here, of course, and again, I'll put the Instagram of the event itself right here right now. But yeah, this is actually their booth, and I was looking through, maybe I'll find something. Usually booths like this, where I know they're reselling to make a profit, I'm just looking for something, for my collection at this point. So I'm looking through everything. I actually wanted that Ninja Turtle car. I don't know if it was for sale, I should have asked how much, but there's no room to put it, but I just thought that was the coolest thing. As you can see here, they had a bunch of different stuff. They had a bunch of stuff related to the old retro stuff, some Power Ranger stuff. Of course, we're power going to a collectibles. We gotta look at the Power Ranger stuff. I wanted to get this Zed, but of course it wasn't in the budget. I'm not Zed, this putty. It wasn't in the budget. Of course, again, it was originally priced. It just wasn't in the budget. What I mean it wasn't in the budget is that I gave myself a limit of how much I'm gonna spend, and it pretty much would have passed it. And then pretty much stuff like that. Like if I find it and it's the exact price, I won't usually buy it. And then I found this Dino Riders. We were talking about this Dino Riders re-release that they said, look how small the box is. We were talking about it. He was even telling me like he was disappointed because he ordered 2 of them and they came in a box and he thought it was just 1. But look how I'm holding it. Okay, my hand is so small. My wrist, I can fit children's toys, like children's wrist toys. Like I can fit it like the biggest size of my wrist. So you can kind of see the size of my hand. And then right here I'm talking about how it should have been bigger, like, and then he says it comes with all that stuff detailed in the box itself. So I was like, what in the world, all that's in here? So everything's just small, and pretty much what we came to the conclusion was they were just hitting on the nostalgia of when these toys came out. But let me know if you guys picked up these Dino Riders and what do you think? And actually, like, because these were like the biggest toys ever when Dino Riders came out, and then for them to like re-release and then bring him out so tiny and then kind of hit people with nostalgia, like I don't know, it seems like a money grab to me. But he was just trying to ask for what he paid for them, because again, it wasn't what he wanted, so he's just telling them for what he paid for them. Right here's another booth. They were just selling pins and stickers. I believe it was their own art. And they had some t-shirts in the back, but of course I didn't record it because the way my camera was. But yeah, they did like some fan art, pins, and stuff like that. Like I said, this event had a bunch of different, like see on the left, all those shirts. But they had a lot of different, and on the right they had music. So on the left they had clothes, so they had a bunch of different independent clothes and like companies trying to start up and stuff like that. So when I went as a seller in June, it kind of seemed like it was like half independent clothing line and half toy sellers because they did some live rap music. But these clothes weren't geek culture related. It was kind of their own thing going. So that's pretty much what we could expect from. I don't know if they're going to continue that moving forward. But this is my video of when I went. So just keep in mind, if you're going to this event, that's pretty much the atmosphere you're going to be expecting is, pretty much that. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more stuff like this. Give it a thumbs up. It really helps this channel and supporting this video. I am going to be working on my camera angles now. I know what I did here. And so my Swap Me ones, I'm going to be putting more toy hunting videos for swap meets, flea markets, and more cons when I'm doing one this weekend. Hopefully finish this video up right now, and we'll be doing one this weekend. Follow my Instagram, that's where you see everything I'm doing, and I have a big announcement coming soon on my Instagram, so please go check it out, and until next time.